Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 and I've always believed that the truck is inferior to the monkey. And who better to prove my claim than the Maximal Leader himself in all his Transmetal glory. This is Beast Wars Mega Class Optimus Primal, the Cybertronian legend of both past and present. Whatever your feelings are towards this character, you can't deny just how on point this toy is in comparison to the show model. Proportions, colors, and the little details are all correct. The sculpted surface textures are especially impressive since they seem to have a much more visual pop to them in comparison to other Transformers. He could have used a little bit of paint to touch up some areas that are predominantly single colored, but as it stands, I've got no complaints with this beast mode. Primal doesn't roll. He has legs for walking, but in all honesty, these joints in his legs aren't that impressive. I mean, there's a ratchet in and out, and there's even a back and forth, but because they're so short and there's no knee joint there, you can't really utilize them. He does have a waist swivel though, so that's neat. The shoulders are on universal joints, which are very nice. Bicep swivel, but unfortunately he suffers from the whole, my arms are so big I can't scratch my own ear syndrome, in that that's the only range you're going to get out of them. So it's about less than 90 degrees in that. Kinda sucks. What else sucks? No wrist swivels and no neck articulation. Instead, you're just left with him staring at you with those pink eyes. Yeah. I would have wanted a little more here, but honestly, you can still find some ways to have fun with him. Like all Transmetal Beast War figures, Big Bot here also has a vehicle-inspired mode which can be achieved by folding the rear of his legs down, then connecting them. What you end up with is a chrome blue cyborg gorilla riding a hoverboard. The concept is so ridiculous that I can't help but love it. Admittedly, you really can't get him to stand in this mode, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. When it comes to transformation, well, Primal doesn't really transform so much as he turns around. On top of that simple concept, every piece only has one possible placement, so you can't get lost or confused. Normally, I would criticize the transformation that's lacking, but in Primal's case, I can't, because like his beast mode aesthetics, transformation is just so screen accurate. In a clever contrast to the Beast mode, Optimus Primal takes on the looks of an organic robot, which unsurprisingly is represented perfectly here in toy form, and looks like he just jumped out of the original show. Having said that, most of the body is retained from the other form, with the primary changes being in his torso, head, and extended legs. The orange gradient on the chest is simple and clean, and the head sculpt came out great, though its profile is a little flat in my opinion. Guess what? Primal has almost the same articulation here in robot mode that he did in beast mode. There's a couple differences though. Now he has a neck swivel, oh, he can look side to side, and now he has a knee, well, a calf joint there, and of course a real knee joint, and of course a swivel there, ankle joint as well. So he can do a little bit more exciting stuff. As for his gimmicks, well, as you can tell, he comes with a gun. The neat thing here is he can actually grab it. If I can get there, yes, he can grab it and pull it out. That is just awesome, especially when you consider this toy is pretty old by now, or today's standards, so I like that. He can also take one of these maces from his back, and now he has a melee weapon. Or if you want to do even crazier things, you can put one of the maces in there, and now he's got a missile-loaded blaster, which is just activated on a simple push-peg system, so it fires. Pretty neat. Beast Wars Transmetal Optimus Primal is a fantastic toy, but he is a little lacking in terms of a transformer, and more often than not he's perceived as being the weak link when compared to his other two versions. No, he doesn't have the playability of the original Optimus Primal, nor does he carry the bevy of gimmicks that Optimal Optimus has, but I think it's his sheer simplicity that makes him great. He hasn't been compromised in any way to make room for extra features, and his smaller size makes him much more manageable. It's also worth noting that for a figure that came out in 1998, it's surprising how well he holds up in comparison to more modern releases. If you could only have one version of the character, then let it be this Transmetal. Anyways, this has been Type V3, and thanks for watching. I realize that I may have been a little bold with my claims of Beast Wars being superior to G1, and I fully expect to be called out for my blasphemy.